Hey, so it's December 25th. Merry Christmas, everyone. The last time I put anything on YouTube was around October 1st, I think. And now it's like almost 3 months later, I guess. So, the first time, or the last time, I basically talked a lot about my hormone levels and how I had just found out that the amount of testosterone in my bloodstream was zero, which was a big surprise. Well, it wasn't a huge surprise, but it was definitely a surprise and it's definitely abnormal. Well, I'm here to tell you today that almost 3 months later, I have had my most recent blood test like a week and a half ago, and guess what? Nothing has changed at all. My testosterone is still zero. Um, I kind of suspected that not much had changed because even though I did cut my dosage of spironolactone in half from uh, from 100 milligrams a day down to 50 a day. I don't know why they started me out at 100 a day. It seems like a lot, even though some people take like 400 a day or something. I cut it down to 50 a day, and nothing really changed. So when I got my most recent results back, I found I'm still at zero. So now I've decided to just stop it entirely. Like, who cares? Like, I've actually heard that sometimes if you're taking enough estrogen, that can act as like a weak testosterone blocker. And so I'm hoping that that is enough for me and that I don't actually need spironolactone, which is great because I've heard it's actually kind of bad for your system in the long run. Um, yeah, I don't know. All of it, like so many different people say different things, so I don't know exactly what to believe. But I try to, I don't know. I don't actually. I'm just experimenting like everybody else. Honestly, the doctors don't even know that much what they're doing because there's just not a whole lot of um, transgenders people in the world, and so the whole medical establishment is still trying to figure things out. They're looking at the latest scientific research, but there's just not a lot of long-term studies on these things. So you just have to ask around. Luckily, I have a lot of other trans friends, some of them trans women, some of them trans guys. Obviously, the trans women are more helpful for me to talk to because it's pretty different. I mean, there's different things that are supposed to change in different ways, and it's different chemicals and stuff. But yeah, it's coming along. I guess I don't know how long it's been. Like maybe 4 months or over 4 months total. Like, yeah, definitely over 4 months on HRT, maybe 5 months. So it's coming along. I don't really want to give you all the details about everything that's happened. Oh, another big thing is that I did start speech therapy recently. Um, uh, I guess I've been going for like maybe 2 months. I think I've gone to maybe like 7 or 8 sessions. Um, Wait, no, that's not true. I've gone to like no, I only go every 2 weeks. So I've gone to like 6 sessions or something, and basically I'm trying to feminize my feminize my voice more. As I'm saying this, I'm like more conscious of my voice, and I'm trying to think about it a little bit. But basically, what happens is when I'm not very conscious of it, my voice drops down a little bit lower, and then I start to sound more male instead of female. And if I'm really conscious of it, then I can kind of like speak up here, and it sounds a lot more female. But I can't really maintain like super female voice for like a long time. So it usually drops down a little bit, like more to here or something. I don't know. Right now, honestly, my voice is like all over the place. So I don't know. It's just like it's in flux, let's say. So I don't know exactly where it's going to end up or what it's going to sound like, but um, we're working on it. At first, I was just working on it by myself, and now I'm working, with professional help. So that's helping, but it's been a whole long battle with my insurance company to try to actually get this covered, which they're extremely opposed to doing, even though it's in the standards of care document that they sent me when I first asked, what do you cover? Which was like over 6 months ago, and we still haven't straightened out whether it's actually covered. I've been like, basically the pattern is they give me some bullshit reason why they're not covering it, and then like it's not medically necessary or this or that, and then I appeal it and I say yes it is. Here's a letter from my speech pathologist, here's a letter from my psychologist, here's like my personal testimony, and then we argue a bit and they say, okay, well, we'll cover a few more sessions, but we're definitely not covering anything after this. And they keep doing that. So I don't know how long it's going to go on before I just say, look, can you just cover this for me until it's done? Until my voice sounds like any other woman's voice. I feel like for the most part it still sounds pretty androgynous, and I just don't have that much control over it. Um, so I don't know. It's a work in progress. I probably want to, maybe like I want to do like a whole episode or something on this some other time, but don't really have the time for it now. And I guess I'd like to give advice because I've watched a lot of other trans women doing YouTube videos on their voice and like how do you feminize your voice and stuff like that. But there are definitely some secrets. It's really hard to find actually like quality because everybody tells you different things. So I would like to give my take on that whole thing sometimes, but right now it's complicated. It's a long process. Um, yeah, I guess that's basically it for now. So yeah, things are continuing to change. Overall, I'm doing well. I've been interviewing for jobs, actually. There was one that I really, really thought that I got. And then I really thought they were going to be an offer, but they passed. So I'm still looking. Um, this is kind of the first time, well, not kind of, but this is the first time in my life that I've interviewed as a woman. In the past, I've always interviewed as a male candidate. And so Um, I mean, it's basically the same, but I feel like I've got an extra level of nervousness to deal with. Like, how are they perceiving me? Do I seem weird, or like, do they really see me as a woman, or more like a weird kind of person who likes to cross dress or something, or like a trans woman, or what? Or do they even know what that is? Like, I meet random people in the office and I'm like, hey, I'm interviewing here today. And I'm like, what exactly are they thinking? But yeah, no, overall I've been really well accepted, even at like super professional spaces. So that's been very positive and encouraging for me. I just need to interview, I think, at a few more places and find the right fit where everything just clicks, and then I'm like, yes, this is the place, and they're like, we're totally excited about you. So thanks for watching, and I'll talk to you next time. Ciao.